Hello and welcome to part 2 of updating my trackers. And right now I'm just opening up my budget by Paycheck workbook. This is Paycheck 1211, and I'm going to update the actual amounts that I spent for this pay period. So my sinking funds were all accurate. I saved exactly 80, 15, 50, 150, and $100. So I'm check marking it, saying that they're accurate. Now I have to go back and see how much did I actually spend in the other envelopes in the market and eating out personal for this pay period. So I'm closing out my paycheck for 12/11. I'm going through my expense trackers that I carry with me. These show me how much I'm spending in these categories exactly. This is for the pay range, or my date range 12/11, from the day of my paycheck to the next paycheck 12/17. And I'm just calculating all those little transactions we did. So eating out, we went to In-N-Out, we went to Starbucks, and we had sushi. I don't think I calculated sushi in this tracker. I have to check again because sushi was included because sushi was done before the next paycheck. So we overspent on eating out. So we did do that. Personal, I overspent in personal, but you know what? I think I had some rollover from the last paycheck. I believe on the last paycheck I underspent on my personal, so some of that was rolled over here. So at the end of the month, we're gonna see how much did I really spend. So I'm recalculating my personal because I included some transactions that are on the next paycheck on this closeout. So I need to update that amount. And just going through making sure I'm not missing anything. So I spent more. So I'm using both the expense tracker and then the cashless trackers to make sure I'm calculating these categories correctly. I have to use both. I'm still learning how to track these categories. I used to budget and just say, okay, I'm spending $50 in market, and never really see, did I spend the $50 or did I go over? I just kind of said, well, I didn't use any debt that month, I didn't add any more. And this time, this is a new thing. I'm really tracking all my transactions that I'm doing cash and debit wise. So I'm learning. Bear with me. I redo all my calculations. I double check my things just so I could really get an understanding of my calculations. My Christmas envelope, the Christmas spending, is separated. I have a cashless tracker for it, but I don't have it on the sheet because the money came from other months. I was saving that amount before I decided to use the Budget Mom booklets. So I just kind of kept that money separate. I am tracking it on we use the debit cards, but that's completely separate. So you see the envelope, but I'm not putting it in this booklet. My husband did some personal spending. He went over, but the reason why he went over so much was from the $40 on this paycheck was there was rollover. Definitely he had rollover, but he also used the future $40, the next week's paycheck $40. Supposedly we should have only had $160 amount left, but we had $300. We sent $300 to debt payment. Okay, so now we're going to start the paycheck for 12/17, 12/18. I lump it together. My husband and I would get paid one day apart, so I just put it as payday 12/18 since it's just one day apart. And I'm ready. I already know how much my husband made, and I already know exactly how much I'm expecting to bring in. So I put that amount in both the budget and actual slots. So I'm going to write all the bills that I'm expecting to pay with this paycheck. I had to slide it a little over to my side, so I'm sorry you couldn't see it. But the normal bills that I pay are the water bill, life insurance, our cell phone bill, and then I'm putting our checking account buffer on under bills now. So I treat it like a requirement to leave in the checking account. And then for envelopes, everything's digital. We're doing trackers, so like market, eating out, our personal, car wash, haircut, home are all under envelopes. So these amounts, these are like the expected budgeted amounts that I plan to pay for this period from now to the next paycheck. And then sinking funds, we're saving up for my husband's new computer. We're doing like a little emergency savings account for my cats. And then car maintenance, I'm just doing a little emergency for new tires, and rent is $1,000, but I split it between different paychecks, so in case one paycheck is too short, I saved it throughout the month. I normally do it the last 2 paychecks of the month, but sometimes if we are expecting less hours, I'll do a little bit from every paycheck of the month. So I wrote down our expected debt payment, and this is the date range I'm putting this paycheck amount for. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.